okay, because as long as your intention is sound, it's all good. But technically, you hold the bead by your least aggressive finger. Hi, welcome to another episode of Astrology. So today we're going to talk about malas. So many people, I see people wearing malas on their wrists, wrapped around their wrists. So I want to demystify what a mala's use is and what it's all about. This is a mala. This is my personal mala. I have been using this mala all of 2019. What I used to do is use a mala to bring for certain energetic properties. And then I decided, I'm like, what would happen if I really just took the power of this same mala? Because in India, the science behind the mala is that you use them to set an intention. So this is crystals made from blue apatite and citrine. So blue apatite and citrine are those that bring in abundance. So that's really why I chose this. I wanted an abundance of love, money, health, opportunities, connections, knowledge. So that's why I chose this mala. And so I've been working with it for the total year just to see the power of it. So a mala, what makes a mala is 108 beads, or 108 beads on this strand. There's also an additional what is called the guru bead. So the idea behind a mala is you recite a word or affirmation repeatedly 108 times. 108 reduces down to the number 9, and 9 is considered to be the most spiritual, highly potent number. It's the strongest yang number in all of numerology. So 108 is very powerful. So when you're trying to make an intention and bring in a particular energy, you do the mala 108 times. If you need more help, you do it 108 times 3 for 324. One of the mistakes that I always see it, I think it's all good. I mean, it's just like, but when you truly know how to handle a mala, it's very important how to handle it. So the mala technically is only to be held in your ring finger. So you're really only supposed to touch the mala with your ring finger. I see people doing this all the time. It makes me nuts. But again, I think it's okay because as long as your intention is sound, it's all good. But technically, you hold the bead by your least aggressive finger because that's the rest of these fingers are associated with your ego. So the ring finger is the more docile finger of all. So you literally use the ring finger and your thumb to pull across. So, for example, the mantra that's associated with this is clean. So in my mind or out loud, I actually do 3 rounds. I do 1 round out loud, I do 1 round mumbling, and I do 1 round silently. But the idea is to make the complete rotation just by pulling on it with your finger. If you're left-handed, use your left hand, and you go all the way around. You get to the end. This is a very important step, so pay attention. You get to this last blue bead, you get to the guru bead, you turn it in your hand and start back in the other direction. So you don't just go back the way you came. So there's an art, it becomes like a dance. You go all the way through. You've done each individual bead, you've pulled them. You get to the guru bead, you rotate it in your hand, and you start all over again. Again, ideally only touching it with your ring finger. So malas can be very powerful. I see people also wearing them as necklaces. They're beautiful as jewelry if you want to wear them. I also see people wearing them on their wrists. They'll take their mala and they'll wear it on their wrist because it looks good. It's nice. It's cool. But the idea is we're cautioned not to do that because it's a sacred tool. So when you have a sacred tool, the idea is if I wear this out in the street and I go about my day, it's picking up because that's what crystals do. They attract. It's picking up and absorbing all that negative energy out in the world. So this type of tool, you definitely want to keep at home. Think of it as a sacred symbol, a sacred tool. So what I've noticed just by sticking with one mala for the year and really sticking with one solid intention, I am seeing abundance of connections, abundance of love, abundance of opportunities and health and happiness. So there's something to consistency. You know, there's the law of compounding effect. If you do something repeatedly, often enough, you will see a result. And I really have seen a result in working with this beautiful mala. This one, lastly, has Ganesha on it. Ganesha is the destroyer of obstacles. So this is supercharged, superpower. And I think I got this one in, I want to say I got this in Oregon, if I'm not mistaken. I might have got this in Portland. So Google Mala, M-A-M-A-L-A, and find out. So don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Namaste.